have so much budget. They have so much budget. They built a whole set of like a phone, and they had the band on like the thing. Like, how does that not? Yeah, they have like a boat song. Oh yeah, sorry. Right, I should talk. What am I talking about? Yeah. Online, yeah.
All right, so shh. All right, so this is your homework. I know it's a lot of page, but it's not a lot of page. This is a first day of the homework. What? The first page is homework. Second page is the answer. The third page is tomorrow's homework. And there was answers here. And then you don't have to do this one. You just need to do the slope field. And that's Wednesday. And then Thursday we're gonna do the El Hubdo rule. But it's gonna be pretty much just for the AP exam. And then Friday is your test. So Friday is gonna be a test about differential equation. Yeah. And Monday is your retake on your last test. Not on the last test, but yeah, on the last test, yeah. You don't need to retake the other one, right? Yeah, it's fine. All right, so shh. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the first thing first. The first thing first is we want to make sure that you understand that certain thing. So for me, every time in calculus, okay, Jacob, you probably need a pencil. Dy dx is the one that we are looking for all the time, but sometimes they don't write as dy dx. Instead of dy dx, which can they write? Y prime, good. I like the Y prime because on your homework there's something that's gonna show as Y prime. F prime x, good. I like that too. What else? How about slope? Yeah, slope. Okay. Rate of change, good. I like that one as well. If you see any of those red one, you should convert to this one. You can convert to dy dx. Because if you make sure you convert everything to dy dx, you can see that, Jacob, focus. Okay. Dy dx equal to y prime, f prime x, slope, array of equation. Now, anybody is going to engineer field in the future? Raise your hand. Miranda's doing engineer. Okay, so what happened? Your track, or if you finish Calc AB right now, so it's gonna be calculus. That's calculus 1, and those 2, that's BC, right? And there's 3. This actually is called, most of the thing in Calc 3 is gonna be triple integral, not only one integral. It's gonna be triple integral in one question. So that means within the question, you're gonna have dx, dy, and dz, and you have to take integral of each time. And your algebra has to be sound, especially in this class, gonna help you to do that. Now, that's Calc 3. Now, after you finish Calc 3, Winston, let me talk. Okay, So after you finish Calc 3, then you're going to take another class called DVQ. It's also known as a differential equation. They call it DVQ. So after you finish that DVQ, then you can you're pretty much done with all the math courses. Unless you're a computer engineer, then you have to do linear algebra and logic. But if you are a civil engineer, you can finish in differential equation. You don't have to do linear algebra. You don't have to do logic. If you're a lawyer, you have to do logic. But that's a class I cannot teach you because I'm bad at wording. But most of you guys are in debate already learned some of that as well. dy dx is what we're looking for. But usually question's gonna phrase as this. So how does a question on AP exam is gonna phrase it as? They usually says, okay, either says find f of x or y, right? But in more, they will say find the particular solution of the differential equation. They usually like that, and they sometimes even say use separation of variable. Separation of variable. Okay, separation of variable. So they usually will say that. They will say find particular solution use for the differential equation, or they will say using separation of variable to find particular solution of the following differential equation. They will say either of those wording. When you have this wording, it's pretty much it says they're looking for y. But the question is going to start with dy dx. So what the question look like? The question is going to start with a dy dx equal to x minus 3 over y. So you look like this. Dy dx is equal to x minus 3 over y. And now only says that, they will say y2 equal to negative 5. That's initial condition, by the way. y2 equal to negative 5. And basically, you're going to start with this, and you try to get y. Now, here's the thing about separation of variable. Separation of variable, make sure dx and dy, it's all on numerator. Because sometimes people think like you can have divided by dx or divided by dy. That's not true. You cannot have anything with dx dy on denominator. The dx dy has to be numerator. Not only that, x and dx on same side, and y and dy, so x and dx, so x and dx, and y and dy on the same side. So you can have dx over x, but long as x and dx is on the same side, that's fine. You cannot have a dx on denominator. What the hell happened? No, man. What? Now unblock your Apple when you verify the update.
Push out an update, I guess.
What?
Apple push out an update, I guess. This time.
At that time?
Yeah.
Apparently.
That's funny.
On the dot.
What do I do now?
Wait.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's
Yeah.
very, very weird.
This was like-
Would somebody have very important meeting at this time?
Then it's over, bro.
Fully.
Just imagine you have like a Zoom call and then it just cuts out.
Hopefully that update can don't let other people like hijack my Apple TV
No,
anymore.
it should be good. I mean, unless it's a bad update, then.
No, I hope the Apple TV can change that. That's one thing that people should not be able to log in your Apple TV because that is a, they should not be able to hijack your Apple TV.
Yeah, especially if you're already streaming on it.
Yeah, that's stupid. Okay, I guess I have to wait.
So, for, you say the tree, B and B, right? Then
So we gotta take it from one side. Everything's gonna run like something like this. So you're gonna have to DX, integration of DX first. Everything else like Y is gonna treat as a constant. So when you do integration of DX, anything that has Y as a constant, then you're gonna go back to take care of the Y, and then lastly you take care of the DZ. But everything else is constant. Let's just say if you have, let's say if you're doing integration of DZ.
What bracket?
Yes, you are. And then there's
Max, are you creating new math again?
yeah, it is.
Oh no, I'm just gonna run phone this weekend. I'm not doing anything.
Stop playing double guys. Stop playing
I know I
double
have
guys.
Excel under the emails.
Stop playing double guys.
Stop playing Roblox.
Stop it. How are you playing other applications at once?
Stop fighting. My little cousin had the same thing.
Hopefully nobody can act.
You could pull it out. We used to play.
All right, so shh. Am I still streaming? Oh, the screen is locked. They still lock my screen.
It froze at 9:17.
What?
It froze at 9:17.
Yeah, they still.
Started a little bit after that.
Eight live streams at 9:17.
We're gonna walk you through the streets. We're gonna walk you through the streets and ring a bell.
All right, so
Yo, street movies. Yeah, I love that transition.
all right, so let's recap everything. I know we are. Okay, so we know that dy dx can be y prime, it can be f prime x, it can be equal to slope, it can be equal to rate of change. So today's homework, you're gonna see some of those things that in play. So sometimes they don't just write down dy dx equal to something. They will say y prime is equal to something. They will say y f prime of x equal to something. They will say slope, or they even say rate of change. That all means dy dx. So usually, question phrase is gonna be like says. So question or phrase is this. So they say phrase. It's gonna be find f of x or y, or in more FRQ is gonna be usually like this. They will say find a particular solution of the differential equation using separation of variable. Do they have to say using separation of variable? No. But they usually say find particular solution of differential equation, or they can just say basically find the functions, which is y. Because you have a slope, then you have to take integral. Then when you deal with the use separation of variable, you make sure dx and dy is on numerator, always. Do not make it dx or dy on denominator. You cannot take integral when dx and dy on denominator. But you do have to make sure x and dx has to be on the same side, and the y and dy on the same side. So I'm trying to say is this. Now I have an equation. I say, okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply dx on both sides. So that way I don't create any math mistake. So that's going to be dx. Does that make sense? Now dx is on the numerator rather than denominator. Is that okay?
Yeah, bro.
Now I need to make sure y and dy is on the same side. Is y and dy on the same side right now? No. So what are you supposed to do? Multiply both sides by y, right? So y dy is equal to x minus 3 dx. And a lot of like, for example, Emily, on the last test, we mentioned that you must have the both sides of the equation, right? And that's end up make you a lot of mistakes on the test. So make sure that there's always both sides. Something is equal to something, like f of x is equal to something, f prime of x is equal to something. Make sure you write out the other side. That's just a good habit to do when you go into become advanced math. Okay, Emma's kind of zoning out, just nodding. Okay, so now I'm going to say integration of y dy is equal to integration of x minus 3 dx. This is a simple integral, and this is going to be y squared over 2, and it's equal to x squared over 2 minus 3x plus c. Is that okay? For me, for my habit is I usually don't evaluate a c until the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. Now here's the things that you have to pay attention to. That's going to be y squared equal to x squared minus 6x plus c. Why c, not 2c? Because c is not yet determined. If it's not yet determined, because you haven't plugged in initial condition. So if you multiply by c by 2, it's still going to be c. Even c divided by 2 is still going to be c. So the c is determined after you plug in initial conditions. But I usually don't plug in initial condition until I solve for y. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and solve for y. So y is equal to square root of x squared minus 6x plus c. And this one is going to be a plus minus. The reason why you have plus minus is because you square root both sides. You must including plus minus. On this particular question, this actually matters. Usually that don't matter. But in this particular question, it matters. Because they say initial condition is what? Y of 2 is equal to -5. Then you have to say, oh yeah, okay, then I'm going to plug in -5 on the left side. And I'm going to do plus minus of x squared minus 6x plus c. Then you say, wait, why do I need a plus minus? Because we have square root both sides, we got plus minus. So do I use a plus or do I use a minus? In this case, we have to use the minus. Because if we use a plus, the result of that is not going to give you positive 5. So therefore, we have to use the negative version of it. So that's going to be negative, and I'm going to plug in 2 there, so it's going to be 4. So I'm going to plug in 2. So this is c, and this is going to be 2 squared minus 6 times 2 plus c. So you can drop the negative sign on both sides now. So that's equal to, now you can square root both sides. So it'll be 25 is equal to -8 plus c. C is equal to 33. So then you can go back and says, oh yeah, y equation is equal to negative version of it of x squared minus 6x plus 33. And that's a final answer. And you check the answer, and the answer is right there. And you say, oh, okay, this is good. Yes.
So for the plus and minus thing, you always look at what's on the other side. So if the other side, like if the 5 is already positive, you're gonna use positive.
Yeah. Because you know your result has to be positive.
Based off of the
Yeah. So that doesn't happen all the time. Almost never happened. Only happened once on the AP exam. But I still have to take account into that. You guys good? It's fairly easy. It's all the things you already know. The only thing you didn't know is separation variable. Now, some people did just straight skip to this step. Like this. You're going to get no points on AP exam. I'm going to mention that again. You're going to get no points. You must show this step to get your first point. So this is the first plus 1. But if you skip that, if you bypass that by any chance, it doesn't matter what you did afterward, you're going to get 0 points. I'm going to show you this on the actual FRQ. On the actual FRQ, pick a year. What year you want to pick?
2016.
2016 FRQ, got it. Let's see if you have a question about differential equation. Oh, there is one. Do you see? They say C. Which one? A, B, or C?
Just to be.
Huh? No, the question. What's the question look like? Is C. Because they say find particular solution by using giving differential equation with initial condition f2 equal to 3. Now, everybody should be able to do this one, but we're not going to do this one because we're going to give you a harder one. And this is the actual AP exam question. And we're going to show you 2016. We're going to show you 2016 though. 2016 scoring guideline. Okay, so look at scoring guideline. Pay attention. Look at here. Look at the scoring guideline. Separation of variables. If you don't have separation of variable, you're gonna get 0 out of 5. So you must show that step, that a box. That step is not there. You even rest of the thing you got it right, you're gonna get a 0. So make sure that you have that first thing. First point is gonna be separation of variable. Second point, 2 points gonna be antiderivative on the left side, antiderivative on the right side. Constant equation, got the C, and solve for y, you got the last points. For me, I want to get all you guys all the points here. So we're going to give you harder practice because this question is actually way easier than actual things. Okay? So here's the next question. You're going to try to do this one. Now remember, you must show that dx. So this is a part the part of the thing I need you to show. This is separation of variable. If you don't have that, you don't get the rest of the points. So you must have this. This is a very important step.
We need additional.
Yeah. Very important stuff right here.
Yes, we do.
Answers on the following page. It's different than the answer, but if you divide it by 2 both sides, you're gonna get x squared plus 3 squared. You're gonna get same answer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got scared for a second.
C should be, in this case, I will get 3, but if you divide it out, it's gonna be 6.
So I'm still right or no?
You would just still same answer, yes. So you can go to the next one. It should be 3. But your final answer are the same as the final answer, so
Should I get full credit or not?
you will get full credit, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You did it community and then times 2 or the 45.
What's the 1/2, right? You have to square both sides. So then just do that and then plug into set it equal to 25.
Oh, here. It's not 2x. When you take the integral, it's basically going to be 2, and then x is going to be x to the power of 2 squared, right? So the 2 2's will cancel out, so you're only going to have x squared.
How many of you guys did not get the right answer? Raise your hand. Did not. Did not? Should I go over it? Okay. So I'm gonna go over this one. So it's gonna be
Wait, can you go back up so I can copy the other?
y prime is equal to 2x square root y, and y of 2 is equal to 25. So therefore dy dx is equal to 2x root y. Miranda, did you get that? Okay, so do you multiply dx on both sides? Do you divide it by square root y on the other side? Do you guys have this part so far? Damien? Yes? Are you sure? Don't just nod. If you didn't do it, just didn't do it. You got it? Okay. All right. So now this is separation variable points. This is going to give you a +1. And this is the only point to get rest of the points. So if you don't have this step, you don't get rest of the points. So this one's going to be integration of y to the -1/2 because you got to move to the top in order to take integral. If it's a y to the first power, it would be natural log of y. But this is not. Give me a second. So that's going to be x squared plus c. Is that okay? Yes.
I have a really dumb question. instead of doing the square root of y, is it okay if I do put y to the 1/2? I know it's the exact same thing. Is that
Yeah,
what-
it's same. It's same. But you have to move to the negative 1/2.
Yeah,
Not only that, you have to move to negative 1/2 in order to take the integral.
yeah.
So that's gonna give you y to the 1/2, and 2 is equal to x x squared plus c. Is that okay? Divided by 2, that's still gonna give you plus c, because c divided by 2 is still c. Now, if I square both sides, so it's gonna be x squared plus c squared. Is that okay?
About how
So
this
is
is
the x squared get divided by 2 though?
Yeah, x squared over 2. No, actually, hold on a second. This divided by 2. I did forget that. Is that okay? Now I'm gonna plug in initial condition. What's the initial conditions? 25 is equal to 2 squared over 2 plus c squared. So be 25 is equal to 2 plus c squared, right? Can I square root both sides to get rid of square? 5 equal to 2 plus c, c is equal to 3. So then you can plug in, you can say y is equal to x squared over 2 plus 3 squared. Yes.
Why did you like opt to the x squared over 2 plus c? I like continue just like how do you know?
Well, I know I already solved for y. I know I already solved for y. I don't need, I just need to get the c by itself now. I need to find the c.
Is it possible to get like different c values?
Is it possible? He got a 6,
Me too.
but the problem is, you did it right here. There's other issue might occur later. So usually I solve for y. When I solve for y, and then I'll get c here. Also, I don't take account c divided by 2. I just c divided by 2 is just c. So what happened is, if you got this, let's say you and Jacob got similar answers, x squared plus 6 over 2 squared. Are they the same answer? Yes, because you can divide it by 2, so it'll be x squared over 2 plus 3 squared. That's the same answer because you can split them. Okay, so your c can have a different value, depends on when you plug in.
Okay.
So I want to keep it consistent. I usually told students solve for y first and then plug in, because that's also going to benefit you in the future when tomorrow's homework also, that is going to have some situation it's better to do it one way. And I don't know exactly the reason why they give you different answers, but it does. Any questions?
Include c inside the parentheses. Always.
No, no, depends on how I solve a y. I hear it's gonna be y parentheses square root.
Yeah, y equals x equals 0.
Okay, so now we're gonna go to the next question. This question is kind of hard. So you're gonna do question 3 now. Now this situation, right? Usually the y side I'll make easier, right? I don't want to deal with the 1/4 on the y side. You can, but I just don't prefer. I just rather deal with the complicated side, just left on the right side. So I'll left the 4 on the right side rather than become a 1/4 to the other side. It just make my life easier when I see that. What do you say, Winston?
Because he's trying to integrate secant squared 2x into straight to the tan of 2x. But it's like I told him you have to use something because the interval.
You do have to use up to get 1/2 in the front.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we should send that to Calculus chat. Tangent. Of course, I got hit by my push from the wait, no, 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 the one. No, is that GPU? Mr. G, what were you saying about the 1-4 a second ago?
I usually keep the 1-4. I usually keep all the complicated stuff on the right hand side.
Oh, okay.
So I will not do class as 1/4 y squared. I would rather keep the 4 to the other side because like the positive.
How do you do that? It's always a standard 5/4. How would the left side over the right side be any different? It is like preference.
Yeah, I just there's a preference. It doesn't mean that you're gonna get wrong.
Because that's used now. Pick number 4. Pick number 3. Pick number 3.
You guys can from one for one.
Yeah, 4 or 5. Okay, secant that is a
Oh boy. Can I just hit 2x over 2?
You're gonna multiply by
Over 2 again?
and then
Divide by. Oh, that's.
So.
Okay, so then
No, it's not. It's literally I just solved.
divide.
What I do after right here. Oh, yeah.
Sorry. How long have you been playing ping pong?
So secant is
Oh, I know.
tangent.
It doesn't matter as long as my steps are.
So it would be 1/2.
If I keep trying to get my dad.
What half is it?
All the way down.
It's on the outside, right?
You have a table at home?
I have one in my bed.
What?
The thing about ping pong is there's grandma, she still participates.
Negative.
She plays with Belgium. She's so good.
Yeah, really.
That's
Negative 2 on that side.
Yo, wait.
Like she still can beat people. She can beat a man easily too.
So it would be negative 2 tangent. 2, oh, 2.
She's a 10 hole.
I think by one.
She also went. She went Olympic when she played. She's playing
What?
for that.
You say
She's,
negative?
she's an older participant.
Yeah.
Oh,
And there's another person that who she's a 41.
Got the.
She broke both Achilles,
Oh, thanks.
and she's still beat #1 player in the world.
Essentially, that's to be able to see it anytime because of stuff like that. You can, like, keep talking about guys.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. There's the guy who played with a mouth. Yeah, that guy's crazy. I don't know how like
Yeah.
you have such a determined. I mean, that guy can beat the shit out of me easily. So even with his mouth. All right, should I go over this one or no?
Yeah.
I immediately
Okay, so I have dy dx is equal to 4y squared secant square of 2x, and the y of pi over 8 is equal to 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply dy equal to 4y squared secant square of 2x dx. I need to make sure that dx is on the other side. Is everybody okay here? I'll make sure the y squared on this side. Why do not divide it by 4y squared on both sides? Because I like to keep the y squared as simple as I can because I'm trying to evaluate for y. Does that make sense? So I'll just divide it by over just the y squared and not the other way. So 4 secant square of 2x dx. And then I'm gonna integral this. If I integral, it's gonna be y to the -2 dy is equal to integral of 4 secant square of u. Now why do I do u? U equal to 2x. Du is equal to 2 dx. And just like what Winston was talking about, this one you cannot just say integrate of that. Usually I write stuff down like this. So this becomes du over 2. Is that okay? Did I do anything?
Yes, you did something.
So -1 over y is equal to, this one is going to be simplified down to 2 because 4 over 2 is 2. And that becomes tangent of u, which is in this case a 2x plus c. Now I can multiply by y on both sides, so it'll be 2 tangent of 2x plus c times y. And now divide it over, so it'll be y is equal to -1 over 2 tangent of 2x plus c. Is that okay? Now lastly, I just find out what c is by plugging pi over 8. So it's equal to 1, I think. Is equal to -1 over 2 tangent of pi over 4, because pi over 8 times 2 is equal to pi over 4 plus c. So that's equal to 1 equal to -1 over 2 plus c. I can multiply both sides by 2 plus c, so it'll be 2 plus c is equal to -1, c is equal to -3. So that's equal to y equal to -1 over tangent of 2x minus 3. Now, I don't like the negative sign part, so that's going to be 1 over 3 minus 2 tangent of 2x. And that becomes a y.
Alright, time to take a chance to look that I have read a page of and only know one character's name.
We're are going over this now.
All I know is that the girl is vegetable.
Yeah,
The guy's got 5.
Yeah, I know.
That's all I
We
know.
gotta backtrack and figure out what that is. Don't worry, bro. We're gonna figure it out.
It's one of those things I feel like it's just kind
I know there's a guy, he just saw a play.
Don't worry, bro. I'm
You
prepared
know
for
who
you.
he is yet? and he's very athletic. And he's now ready to help. And I'm going to take the fun off. The guy playing really like one or 2 years. And he's beating people. He can actually tap the ball like this. Like this. And he was tapping the ball like this. Fabian, do you have time today or you don't know?
I'm gonna try and get lunch and come here.
Which lunch you have?
I have to eat lunch.
Okay.
But
Let me know if you. It's okay.
okay, if I don't come because Adam was getting weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try now.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like all. They would become good at ping pong.
It's also it's people being scientific proven that if people play racket sports, they live a lot longer. Significantly longer. Wow. Oh, it's just Connor. Just me today. Just Connor. Connor for BC. Okay. Okay. Weird.
Today or tomorrow?
It's today. You should print the test later today. So you don't give it out late during class tomorrow. Please. The extra minute means everything's good.
Listen, I've been stuck in Alabama all week now.
Weird spin.
I have a word to describe someone that by the fact of making me feel I'd be a millionaire.
Hey, how are you?
We all do the homework.
You know how hard it is to do calculus when you're essentially stuck in a small box listening, forcibly listening to a show for 12 hours.
Tomorrow.
If you can absolute value it and that divergence, then the whole thing. In other words, if you absolute value it and it diverges, then you can just guarantee it. If you absolute value it and it doesn't convert, it might even have to convert.
No, I usually ask to stop first. So that is so I would do I'll find out that it's approach to less however, if I do something about it, and that diverse, that will be division.
There's three states you can be in. A, where both are correct. B, where one is correct and the other is not correct. And C, where it's always
Not funny.
but if A is correct, B has
All right. What's your homework?
Not done.
I was formerly stuck on a road trip listening to witty, gory murder mysteries against my will and I managed to get this done. What's your excuse?
Oh, you did.
Because you have to do a second check.
If I think it's off today, what are the medication side effects? Oh my gosh, it's incredibly volatile.
Bring your top 200
Oh, I same too. I'm these exercises to do it. You haven't put in that test. What I had homework and okay.
No, he was talking to me.
It's 3 questions, don't worry.
Stop exposing yourself.
Hey, he thought I did 0. Mr. A, I had 3 questions I didn't even know about, Mr. A. Come here.
Yeah, I think we should cut it now. Are we know what's gonna pass?
I didn't know if it was. Anybody know what you're talking about?
I already said you have homework in class.
Can you do another
You're gonna start it. I'll start at 41. This is starting under 83. Yeah, I know. But you're gonna do my math. She might say that learned that already.
Yeah. And you feel like you're pretty when you don't open your mouth.
Mr. A,
No, that's what you.
Mr. A, look, I did 1 more question than him, and I finished 44.
Mr. A, run it out. Say no.
I'm telling you for sure that it's better when you see it.
But that's a perfect grade. Why do you like you stop sitting here? You talk about pure straight that you like over here, by the way. I took the test today, so I was doing review.
No, calm down, bro. I'm running on 4 hours.
Wow.
I don't know that.
Dude, cooler, bro.
Bro, no.
Wait.
I'm one of you. Like really, just to find it. Can you say hello? Salam alaikum.
This is like a It's like 2 miles. It's like a Jason. Yeah. Bebé. Más bonito. Got it.
Yeah, you look like you were snugging the bug in your mouth, bro. We'll take your hair all over the place. What's your name? Yeah, this is all pretty, you know?
You can't ask her to do any more.
Yeah. Not really. Not really. The first worker needs some work. And if you change the O to an A, that's for like.
But if you say that's that girl, then
Yeah, don't say girl.
so you probably shouldn't say that.
Like, don't be like this.
Yeah, you're 2 for 2 right now. You're feeling like a no.
Does that mean I love you? I love you. Oh, you're like the only.
I did not say.
It's like I'm Hispanic. When we were
I don't remember it. I don't remember anything from freshman year. Freshman year feels like it was years ago.
So, Katie, are you working? Because you don't even have homework and you're not even working right now. It doesn't seem like it. Emily may be working. Rory may be working.
Maybe we're really fast.
Lucia, help them focus. Not to be the one distracted. Yeah, that's how you wasted a lot of time.
Excuse me. I just need more.
No, I don't.
Yeah, be dehydrated.
Prashant, should I put you in the island? I should put you in the island.
I can't hear you, Mr. A.
I should put you in the island. Then get your work done.
Yeah, my asking for her and maybe
You're smart enough to figure out if you pay attention in class.
I do pay attention to class. I answer your questions in class.
And maybe you should do a homework right after. Not Ming trying to be sassy, but you just don't do your shit, then how you expect? And you're smart enough. If you're dumb, then I don't even criticize you, but you're smart enough. I can give you more practice questions.
Please.
No, but like, yeah.
So you can, anybody can say that.
But it has to be easier.
I think it's gonna be like the phone connection.
Oh. No. Are we coming with that one? Yeah. There's cheese jokes on Google.
How about do your homework
Mr. Ye, I'm on 49.
and finish it?
My apologies.
That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, I came up with it all by myself.
Oh my god.
Well, okay, finish your homework. If you finish your homework, yeah. It's what? I'm give it to you. Don't worry, it's coming. Lucia, you're supposed to help them focus, not help them distracting. All right, I'm gonna send you more practice questions. Now for this worksheet, for this particular worksheet I'm gonna send to you, ignore anything that says ratio test. There's only 2 questions that says ratio test. I didn't want to put on this test because it's a lot of things going on. The ratio test can go with the radius convergence and the Taylor series. So I'm gonna put on the next test. So the ratio test will not be included on this particular test. Now I'm gonna give it to you the homework questions right now. I'll post on WhatsApp. This is gonna be a practice questions. I mean, if you go through all the question, you can go through the question you don't know how to do. Usually, I will go to the question I don't know how to do. The question I know how to do immediately, I would just kind of skip those because there's a lot of things to go through. So that's the quickest way to do something. But if you're consistently doing the homework until now, you should have no problem on tomorrow's test. The problem is you come in with no homework, like Jesus, Koshan, Katie, Emily, Hayden, Ethan, Alan, Rohan not showing up like 3 days to school last week. And that's a problem because I know you guys have senioritis, but not this bad.
Dude, I missed 1 day and I'm super confused. How are you guys surviving 3 days?
So either you get your act together, because this class is definitely not harder than physics, definitely easier than physics, and I provide everything, and you still don't do shit for me. So I don't see why you complaining. I don't see, like, if I'm a teacher, don't teach you nothing. I understand. Like, you don't do shit for me. I feel like you do more shit for Greenwald than me. That's how bad it is right now. This is exactly how I feel, because in the Greenwald, at least somebody will told me, say they were like Stefano will says, oh, I'm working on Greenwald stuff all the way to 12 o'clock because they have to try to turn it in before the 12 o'clock due date.
I don't know.
You're a mechanic, you don't say it like that.
I don't know what I'm doing. 147.
Mechanic submit on Sunday when you Dude, I haven't submitted it.
Oh, I learned when you start grading, just before then you pass it.
I just have about a month for that.
You're at n over n plus 1. Go on another n.
That's where I want to be.
But is the rest of it right somewhere? The rest of it is right somewhere though? I don't, that's how I'm telling you. I don't. This.
Except you don't need to worry about ratio. So I will go talking on the question you for sure don't know how to do. You will go through it and say, I know how to do this one, I know how to do this one, I know how to do this one. And this one I don't know. Wait, let me try to do this one first. So focus on the one you don't know how to do.
The bottom.
This guy, so.
Oh,
Thank God. Actually, thank you. Give me a second.
make sure the other one.
Alright, we'll be ready.
Or they died.
No, sometimes I will tell you. Not all the time. Sometimes I will say it's a hard break.
There's an update, and then everything will not be
Really? What do they use?
That have that you can clearly use what you ask them to
Yeah, it's like usually the practice. When I get
I have a small report. I literally, I have
And like, if you're going to do a hair, check his teeth.
One of our where it could have been used for like small.
Yeah, that's how look at it, right? Like, I think you should write like that.
All the things we do those online. So equals your
And then you can tell us.
Mr. Yang, one is just like going from 0 to 1.
So then now I do like.
Yes.
No, but some of it always is a problem.
So sequence can
Where do you just want to
that if you add up all the values, right? Because the only way that you can go to 0, even though the 0 doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. Right? Right? So the sequence can convert. So that's the difference in the. No. Go back.
What about the?
I can't listen? No. No, you get this from there.
Yeah.
So sequence can convert to like what happens. Because you just look at the curve, you look at the last. The last one go to 0, it's go to 0. The last one go to 1.
But it's still. So what about?
That's right.
So and
That's the one diagram you can start with.
Yeah, so some people asking me, do you get calculated now? Let's go take a test. But if you said s to the 4, right? And it'll be like 1 minus 1 half plus 1 over 4 minus 1 over, I don't know, 8 4. So it's gonna be stopping here, and then you say, okay, I can. This is probably the simplest calculation that you can make. Stopping here, and your error it's gonna be your first minus. So that's gonna be 106. And it's gonna be this plus minus 106.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some questions might give you error though.
But you can also do plus minus there.
It's probably better to do plus minus. So, the other day we mentioned that you can say plus minus 2.2 to 5, but I think it would be better to be more accurate and plus minus than 1. But you write out like this, right? You can say plus minus 116, you don't evaluate this, and because you don't have to fraction, you have this easy, you don't have to have fraction.
What? Oh, oh.
See, that's hard though. It's hard to It's fairly easy.
It's real hard. You don't come in and like, this kid is the hardest person I ever took. Yeah, you'll cry the whole week.
You cried all the way through. I just played it. No, you are.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Shit, no matter what you test, you're making us like it, bro. Hey, sir.
No, I think.
You want. Oh, that's 12 whole pages. Never mind. I'll work on one.
No.
Some questions find it absolutely written or
Like a real.
Yeah, most questions can be. Hey,
The actual answer.
Don't tell me what type.
years.
So I should just.
I like hate to say that.
You got perfect on series.
They're gonna hear me complain about things not serious.
No,
That's the one thing I love.
Alright, when you guys sequence, you just have to see they go to infinite. They converge to a value, that means it's converged. If they go to infinity, that means diverge. That's it. Because you are looking at a sequence which just means the last term. What happens when they end approach infinity? You're not adding all those terms. But if you limit and approach infinity for the series, even it's equal to 0 doesn't mean it's converge. This means possible converge, possible diverge. It's used as a process. So you can equal the value.
Usually it's always for me.
For making the
Yeah.
sequence.
That's what's gonna get. Like, it's not the understanding, it's making.
Dude, that's the part.
I haven't looked at it. I was
Yeah,
like,
see, you start
I'm just like, you know, it's like how
you start calculating.
it's like how I pre-order my like 22. You know what I mean? Yeah, I pre-order. Oh, this is like never mind.
Can I return your pre-order?
Is it a series? You can.
I mean,
Yeah, I was
And
gonna.
then partial fractions.
well, why don't you just do
Why are you doing this? You do it. You were better than me.
No, this is online.
If it makes it any better, if you don't even have it.
I don't know. I heard bad things about it.
You almost
It is easier online.
you almost not have to do the first even.
He's been here.
you let your words go out?
First sequence is good, second sequence is good. Look at the sixth. I mean,
Sequence B is 1 over 5.
I trained for this. I trained for this.
CA doesn't work.
You don't have to.
It would be. You should make it these types of
Like they feel.
and then
It's 1 over n factorial.
Okay, how many questions on that are going to be all?
Alright, we can get 100% on
What college?
Hey, you see how well shit rolling up.
I need help, bro. There's entrance divergence because you don't know what sucks. Just convert. Divide by the divide by the 1 over 4 is
Hey, bro, you're helping me out here.
So those people who can do it, they can explain the limit. So it's very hard to find the people who can do it. No? One out of two.
wait, no. Oh, it only tests divergence. Yeah, if it doesn't equal 0, the divergence. It equals technically and terms pass. No, I'm saying if you want to have, it's going to be.
No, I'm trolling her. Oh, I'm switching to it. Yeah, I am. I'm just gonna take my.
Oh, now I can't do my.
Oh, no, I'm switching my legs. No, I'm switching. I know. Let me embrace.
Yeah, let's do that.
And you're like. Oh my goodness. Please, wait a minute.
You had to be big. In order to be principal, you had to be big.
I heard big.
And like, I feel like I'm in.
I heard big.
Yeah, I thought.
Oh, pig. We got
I don't know if I can. All right. With the first draft, Olympia High School. These are all my notes on series.
All of my notes, I have a total of 2 pages. Okay, Pat, how much time I have to do this? Mr. Gay, we're talking while we're working. Mr. Gay. Come on, I don't want to hear it.
I'm not heard of. Like, I would rather you just leave. What? I don't know what you're talking about.
You know my work is done by because the way I would think that you know all my work is mine because why would I copy something if you
So, I don't think.
Yeah, please. Calculate S500. I will use the calculator.
and then I can actually call out in a different way.
Remember, like a few years ago?
He was like
jumping to top of the car. Oh yeah. Like go away. And then do you have to oh, just saw it walking? Since you don't want to do that, stop by the order.
I'm not.
Already?
No. I'm not.
He's not we worked for we did like 30 problems. That's pretty productive.
Can do the rest of the set.
I want to go home.
I'm finishing over.
I try to set this up at the same
One, two, three, four, five, and Greg. Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm saying the first people effectively put the idea to create a society like that. Either a utopia or a dystopia. Yeah, it's possible.
The person in power is going to be like a best
What I'm saying is, if in the future people will be I think that's a well known. We can look at it controlled by a feedback system where you know that down. Yeah. So in a way, technically,
Aiden, what is your box?
and only response to in the background it could have it won't even respond to it. We only get
No, it won't.
Oh, class? No.
Reading in our
No, I'm not ready because I didn't make it.
So this one's gonna be negative.
No, personally, I would have swung.
They have
I think today's gonna make one.
one in the morning, but we're kind of in a rush.
For me, Peter, and Sean also. We're all right.
Yes, I brought
That's the matter. Okay, well, there's a lot of. There's a lot of. I'll take the half. I'll take the Are you ready for physics? And then come on. I don't know what to do. Yeah, so
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's
you better not what not your loyalty. Quite the opposite.
Wait, I'm gonna give you Oh, yes, very Sorry? What day? Probably tomorrow. My mom made
That was great. David's one has like extra sugar, okay?
Like a lot.
You might actually do like one. No, you're gonna slide him out with mental swallow.
So, just let me go. So, you did this with so
No, okay.
They're really good at that. No, I really do.
Yeah, there's like
Oh, thank you so much. You should have
What do you?
And then this part is kind of hard. So it's gonna be plus there's total 8 spaces.
Yeah, I know. There's all.
I didn't do AP class.
Yeah.
I didn't do AP work. I did
Yeah, I don't even compare.
He's not here because he had to talk to college for. Yeah, because I'm not gonna be the
Directors.
So that would give you.
He was doing shit, and he was like, pull her up to there.
So you can get on the second one. I think you do have that.
What you mentioned. I want him to right now. Dude, the Hufflepuff binder for psychology was like this big. They're fighting Emmeline up. Like, no, it's too much. She had a ruler. And they, she didn't have to point for them, and they fought her. So I literally did a lot. I actually really wanted to. I don't know.
No, for Ross and Minnow, those generally did happen.
For what?
But they barely got first.
All quantity was. Yeah, but I don't know why it's probably the class for the girl. Dude, I hate OSS.
Corday.
Yeah.
I mean, that was so rigged.
That part.
I was talking to like everybody.
Positive and negative.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it.
You already tried to You could have said prime. You could have said G prime of X and
we didn't
the decreasing.
We got beat by an open.
So you know
Oh, really?
negative 3 is negative 2, right?
1 over n plus 3.
Is negative 1 and negative 2.
I went over but
No.
no.
But they want to ask about minimum value. So they know. Yep. You justify your interest, so it's plus 1, plus 1.
I got 6 wrong though. Does it count still?
That doesn't matter at that point because you apply to justify. Okay, now G double prime of negative 3.
Wait, let me take the picture.
That's equal to what?
N plus 3, right?
That's negative 2. And if you have
Wait,
when
you would compare it to
limits of x
number n, does that diverge? And that's bigger, right?
G double prime of x is equal to y. And is the other side. You can say it's not limit x not equal to each one. Four. Oh yeah,
That's already, well, you're off to the fastest.
actually, it's well, you know,
No, wait, that's like related to, right? You guys got
You have the fourth is divided.
I'm surprised, but it's
Bro,
did you see that David sent out an email about like congratulating us? There's like jokes today was like, oh, I saw this guy's Olympiad email and I'm all trying to think from congratulations. I think it's like really good about this. I don't know.
this
I think I would place higher.
So you should have this right down. Average velocity.
Well, we're having to. I think we're both.
So this is the.
I think all I'm
Every day.
Do you have
Thinking of what I'm putting down?
I mean,
If you want, it's not really.
and
As it like flies. Yeah. You are so cringe. Going.
Why is it just sign?
Okay.
Question, bro. You were
I need to backtrack the Y. I don't know if that's This is natural law.
So now
I'm gonna go slide.
this one's gonna be 7.5.
Worst case scenario, it's not gonna get a good curve. Get like a 15% curve.
Like, what was the first question? Like, if I can have nothing on this.
So what does Hampton address in specific article on powers? What can the court say that limits them? What can Marbury give out?
That was one of the
Some of it's really easy. There's no specific way to define that power. But there is the federal everything else is pretty complex.
I believe that.
Okay, number 7.
Executive 70.
All right.
Identify and then
I want.
and then like
What one, two?
All of it. Oh, we have a better. Oh, okay.
But you,
I'm saying that here is not.
yeah,
You have to know. What is that? I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried. I'm getting worse. Much stronger.
That's what I think.
Hey, John, I thought of it.
I'm like, there's like no. Well, not what's that.
Mine's 1/3.
The answer is
What allocation? From the week five. Frankly, you spend one. Oh, that's it. Where's your class? Oh, no, it's not. This whole class is abroad.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And then you had. What does this show me about my person? You didn't, Alex. I got at least 20 bucks. Yes, you gotta go.
You're gonna get into
I'm gonna stay out, get like, Mr. Yang, please print the test, beforehand, please. Please print this test, like, not tomorrow, like today. Oh, like, I won't print it on Thursday. Please don't print it, like, on the first day of class. I think, I want you to class, I think. No, you're behind. Thank you. 1438000. Wait, you staying here? Huh? I don't want to go in. Oh, Fabian's there. Yeah. Donald? You grab, don't grab that. Grab those two subtraction. Okay.
just R of x minus d of x.
So do you see this? This point is the point of their interest. So the water, because this is called a net. If you grab the net, this is going to be that kind of velocity. So this area under the curve, this like a negative amount of displacement. So that means the thing's going to go left. And since you want a minimum value, so you just do integration here. Below, so this is kind of like a V of t.
Yeah.
And if you take the integration from here to here, it's going to be the amount of water. That, yeah, the least amount because 30 subtract this amount.
Yeah.
And after that, it's going to be more amount. That's why you get to later, you actually get higher.
You can look at this part.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So when you get to here, it's going to get higher because here it's going to be decreasing, but here it's going to be start. Have more comes in than things are leaving. Got it?
Wait, so why do you only graph? Why can't you graph this? Like
You cannot graph that because you don't want to graph the integral ever. Because the don't graph integral. It's always evaluate the integral, don't graph. Because the integral is the amount, right?
Mm-hmm. So that wouldn't give you. Okay, I was confused. All right, makes sense. Then that would be 1, 2. There should be 3 points here.
Total should be 9. Yeah, that should be 3 points. Second page is 12. 32.
Let me go through all the ones I got.
Because this is the one on AP exam. So if you target the very specific here, then like let's try to tell students like if you get here and you get 24 points, you had a good shot because there's 2 more. There's 3 more FRQ after here. It's 24 out of 32. That means you score. What is the percentage?
Oh. That's 75.
Yeah, so that's good. That's like a 5.
That's 5?
Yeah.
75%.
75 is a 5. 70% is 5.
I'm sad.
Yeah, that is a bit sad, but that's okay.
Maybe like a 3. Like a C.
That's how America works.
I was gonna say.
America sees a,
Oh wait, I was gonna ask.
right?
I was gonna ask for this one. So like for these though, why aren't these? Because you're saying that the inflection doesn't count for some in this graph.
Inflation doesn't count because the slope is negative, slope is positive. It doesn't matter if
Usually
the slope
should
is
now
negative.
be there. A1.
It doesn't matter if you change form. That's negative to positive. And from positive to negative. Inflection point doesn't matter. Inflection point only have to prove that they are changing sign. What'd you get last time?
I got a 61 last time.
Okay.
But I
Well-
keep making stupid mistakes. That's why.
I think that's good that you went back and I'll put extra points on.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You want me to help her change it?
Do you need help?
No, I understand all of that. I'm just gonna go back through and make sure.
When you stay until, sir?
Just until fifth is over and then I'm leaving. Until fifth is over and then I'm leaving.
Can you keep here until my son comes?
Yeah. I would do.
Where are you gonna go?
I'm skipping my fifth period right now, so I'll just go.
What's your 5th period?
My fifth period is Mr. Norris class.
Who's that?
He's a tight guy. He's about like we're supposed to like help people with their tech issues and stuff like that, and like makes us go around to school and like fix stuff. It's fun, but I just don't want to do it today.
That's so boring.
No, it's fun because I'm with like my friends, so it's fine. We just get like an excuse to walk around school and not do anything like intensive. It's like, no, I don't want to do that right now.
Why should you class? Just for fun?
I was originally in wind ensemble for band, but then I was like, I don't want to do that. So I was like, fuck it. Plus, senior year.
Yeah, I don't.
In college, I could not care less about my GPA at this point.
Oh yeah, it's 35, so it doesn't even matter.
It's a 4.0 class. Originally, I was like, oh, what if this matters? It doesn't matter. But I've actually learned a lot from that class, so probably the most useful class this year aside from Cal.
Yeah, that's good then.
What grade are you doing? Are you junior?
Yeah, I'm a junior.
How's your Cal going?
It's not even bad. I just every time I go on the test, like I'll know all the stuff, but then I'll do the test and I'll make like really stupid mistakes. Really?
Yeah.
That gives me hope.
Yeah,
That gives me so much hope.
Because like I think you're so high in BC. Because I failed every not, but I get like I get average D's and sometimes get B's on the BC test up until two tests ago. Like one test ago where I got an A. It's like, I think it's a matter of like at some point your confidence builds up to not like, but it just takes time.
Yeah.
I think for me with it, it's like stop thinking so highly of like Mr. A's class and just took it as a normal class, and then I mean like not panic that.
Yeah, it's like Mr. J's so chill.
Yeah.
Like Mr. J's like he doesn't care, bro. Like he doesn't care. So like for me, it's not even about that. It's just more about like I don't know. I think it's like trying to get a good grade. I think I'm so focused on getting the good grade that like it just like slips out of my head.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he'll always say this too, and I'll say it. It's like prioritize understanding. But it's second nature. You're a junior. All have come GPA is important.
Yeah, that's
So it's really hard to keep that on the like front of your priorities.
yeah.
But I'll say it again. If you prioritize understanding, I think the grade will follow, even if it's not immediately. And I mean, you're proving because I mean, you're after school, you're trying to understand it. So
Yeah, that's true too.
you're
I feel
doing
like just putting in the effort is probably
exactly.
also like it helps because like I know like half the stuff he teaches isn't like even on the AP exam. So like knowing that helps.
It's the one thing I will say to be careful of is sometimes he teaches too much, and then you get confused on what to do on the exam.
Yeah.
Because for example, for BC, are you doing BC?
Yeah, probably.
So we're on sequences and series right now, and there's like 10 different tests that we have to know. And
Yeah, for kids, right?
no, just for normal MCQs and stuff like that.
They just say there's like 10 different methods you gotta memorize for like certain questions.
Yeah. And it's like it would only be 5 methods if it was EA teaching, because he teaches a lot of extra stuff. So it makes us up a lot, but it helps. It helps us understand the concept, because understanding it gets you really far.
Yeah, that's true too.
But just keep putting it up there, it'll work out probably.
Probably.
Look, dude, he said I was gonna get a 2 the entire fucking year.
Really?
Yeah. You know, like,
Damn, that's not harsh. Actually, yeah, Mr. used to.
because he does the color chart. Basically, towards the end of the year, third quarter, like end of it, he'll do a color chart where it's like red is equal, he thinks you're gonna get a 1. Orange is equal to a 2. Yellow is equal to a 3. Green is 4. Blue is 5. Or those two give or take switch. I was in the orange tier for like the entire like time until like the very last month where he bumped me up to like yellow. But yeah, I got a 5. So just keep putting in the effort. At the end of the day, the AP exam is easier than his test.
Yeah, that's also true.
If you average 80% on his test, or not even 80s, if you average like 60s or 70s without even like studying outside school, you get 3 at the very least, 4 probably.
I think it's just like hard to use, but
Yeah.
if things like, well, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried with Miss J. Is like my brother used to have them. She had them for AB and BC last year, and then like when I would see Miss J, like he looked like way more than
Yeah.
this year. I feel like his health.
His health is definitely going down. That's why a lot of the time he doesn't stay too much after school. That's why sometimes like bunch of the BC students like tutor after school, like trying to not have him be too like
Too much.
cooked. Because he's worked really hard. I've had him for 3 years now. That pre-calc, AB, and now
AB
BC.
and BC.
So I've seen him like
Deteriorate.
yeah.
That was really bad. Like I remember looking at videos from like just last year, and it looked so much like healthier and stuff.
Yeah. It's just he put his health on the back burner for a while. So I mean, this year he's better a little bit. Last year towards the end was really bad, and this year beginning was terrible.
Yeah, this year beginning is bad. So I was a little worried. He was like,
Because we supposed to start leaving earlier and just have the students tutor, so that's what we do now.
That makes sense. Because I remember Sephiroth was saying that he like teaches pre-calc.
Yeah. And sometimes I'll just go after school, or like if there's people during lunch, I'll teach.
That's sweet though.
Keep your effort, because I don't know how many more years he has left in him. I think one or
If
two.
even if like,
He won't leave this year.
but no,
Not this year.
like next year.
Actually, I give him 2 years. And
Why
then
after next year students, I think he's gonna be done.
I give him 2 years because his pre-calc class is really promising. He hates
Really?
yeah, he hates the AB kids.
Right.
He thinks y'all are fucking idiots.
Well, we are.
Yeah. To be honest. Like, he thinks he says y'all are the worst AB class. So he's a little demoralized. However, he really likes his pre-calc class.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember he was hating on him. He was like, he can't even add fractions.
Well, neither could I in the beginning of pre-calc. So nobody could. But I taught his pre-calc class for seniors swap day. They were pretty promising.
That probably means they're fast.
Hmm?
That probably means they're fast.
Yeah. And even then, the AB kids, I guess my mistake him shit on Jacob Resnick. He likes Jacob.
He likes you. Yeah.
He likes anybody like Jacob who actually works for it.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm not gonna lie, we are ass. Like,
yeah, I don't worry. I grade your test sometimes.
Well, also, like, I think it's just because nothing cares anymore. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, if I sat down and actually learned the material, I do so much better. But I'm low-key lazy bum. And, like, that's why my grades are
The way I look at it is, last year I had this really thing where I would just kind of like understand a problem and then I just cheat on the rest of it because I understand it. And then I just finish my homework like bottom at the top of my eye, writing down the steps and say, hey, I did my homework and I failed the test. But what I'd say it's easier, it's not easier, it's better to spend 15 minutes understanding 3 problems on the homework and not finish it than just doing it lazily and not understanding anything. Because for example, for BC, we had like this 35 question homework. I did, I think, 8 questions. But I did 1 question from each unit. Each topic. I fully understand.
Yeah.
And it's more worth it than me just lazily understand like doing everything.
Yeah, that's the thing, like the homework, no, the homework I'm pretty locked in on, and like I'll try to understand it. But after a point, I'm not gonna lie, like the last like 2 or 3 questions, sometimes I'll just leave a blank from like, I don't know, these. But then I usually ask like in person.
If you don't know how to do it, it's good to ask in person in class. I'd say ask the group chat, but your AB group that's pretty dead. I'm in that one. Nobody helps.
Oh, nobody. Well, I have like a group now. Like we made like a group of like 5 of us girls that are in the AD class, and then we all just ask each other. But the only one that really asks Snapchat. They usually have.
At that point, you could just. You know, I can give you my number and then you can ask me.
Look, yeah. Wait, do you have WhatsApp?
Because, I mean, I've done maybe pretty much twice at this point.
Yeah, I want to see.
The first half of BC is
BC
all.
is gonna be AB, yeah.
Yeah, for the first half, and then after that, it's like if you turn around, that's what we're doing in BC. Like that one little symbol right there, that's series sequences.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not just summation.
Well, it's a little hard. It's like it's really annoying. I hate it. I don't hate it. I'm good at it. I just don't like it.
You have to do it for Chem. One of my.
Kind of. It's different because it's like theoretical math a little bit. I should probably do my homework. So I'll do it.
Wait, I probably should do actually.
Okay, we should start.
More.
Hmm?
Oh, I was saying I have another project to do too.
What about?
Oh hell no! I would never do that fast. I have to do it for you left.
Oh, what the fuck?
For one of my, I just did do a moment. It's okay, they should be. But it's literally like conflict on volcanoes. That's like a presentation. It was their project. Was like they don't really care what classes you take on that. And I was
So you're like, okay, I'll take your word for that.
yeah. I'm not gonna take like physics or something on it. So I was like,
I had friends take physics on there and they just cheated on it.
yeah.
Hey, I'm taking physics in school right now, and I'd be better off cheating on it.
Yeah, because Greenwall.
Yeah, agree. Well, I'm like one of the only kids who actually studies for the test.
Damn.
And I did pretty well. Like, never do that. Just cheat,
Damn.
bro.
Just cheat, yo, that's crazy work.
It's like I'm too far in. Like sunk cost fallacy kicking in 100% for me.
The cost fallacy.
But like, just fucking cheat, bro. Because he uses the same test from last year.
Oh really?
So if you're in mechanics and you have a friend who did mechanics the year before, say, hey, can I get your unit 1 test? Yep, here you go. And then man, you get a
He gives
100.
them out.
What's that?
He gives them out the test.
Yeah, he returns them. So what everybody does is they just ask funny little Armon, like, hey Armon, can I have your full test?
Or oh my gosh, I should ask Armand that.
And they're like, oh,
Behind
yeah.
you.
Wait, what cost you? Oh, for him?
Yeah, he's with Lucia. Lucia right next to
I mean, I took him. I got 5.
You got a 5 on Chem?
Yeah.
So actually, what did you use?
What I used Jeremy Krug, Abigail Giordano.
Whoa, I'm gonna need to tell you all the names. Wait, I used Jeremy too, but who else?
Something Giordano. I don't know her first name. I think it's Abigail
Abigail?
Giordano. Then just AP Classroom like questions, and for math based, OCAP tutor, pretty solid. And then after that, like I kind of sweat it a little bit, and I just looked at the UF lectures for Chem 1. That helps a bit. But to be honest with you, getting a 5 on Chem is not really realistic.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I would either you fully understand it and you will get an easy 5, or you're just gonna fall. Because I think I only got 2 points off in the FRQ when I looked over it once they released it. But like everybody else thought they did shit. It just really depends. Like either you fully understand it or you don't. Most important units are unit 8, 4, 3, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 4. If you understand unit 8 fully, you're guaranteed 3. Yep, 100.
Actually, that's acids and bases.
Yep, and that's
Oh,
hard. And yeah, if you understand unit 8 and 4, and 3 or 4, then after that you have to understand how you're 5. Except for unit 9. Unit 9, you really don't need it. There was maybe like 2 questions on it.
For what?
What's it?
Unit for what?
Unit 9.
Oh.
There's only a couple questions on it. So that one's not really necessary.
Are you showing me the summation thing right now?
No, this is for me to do it. But hey, if you want to look, feel free, because I generally have notes that I'm gonna do here.
What is it for? Is it your homework?
Yeah. So we have to find a formula that fits into the sequence, and then we have to solve the sequence and see if it diverges or converges.
This is like.
It's actually really fun sometimes. Yeah.
Probably start my.
Yeah.
No, wait, okay, let me finish understanding this so I can go home.
Yeah, you're probably. Oh, you don't have a 5th period?
No, thank God. I only have 4 classes.
Oh,
And then I go home and do my UF. I'm surprised you guys don't have early release seniors.
The issue is I wanted to do science TV. So I first and second, and I was like, oh, I want to do physics. Only 6th or 7th period, so told me I have to stay. And then I was like, I'll just do my classes.
Wait, why don't you just have late rival?
Science TV first and second period only.
Yeah, but like, why would you take science TV?
Because I want to. It's fun. I love video editing.
Oh, if you like it, then yeah.
Yeah, my major is like, I'm majoring in engineering, then minoring in film.
Oh, wait, that's fire.
Yeah. So,
What's your favorite film?
favorite like movie-wise? Interstellar.
You know, it's a popular take, but it's a good take.
Yeah. It's either Interstellar or Cars 2.
That's also valid. Those are valid takes.
Should I do this? I'm not gonna do this actually. Clean. That's 3 times 5, never mind.
Sure, you got something wrong on the answer key. Yeah. I mean, I got it wrong either way, but he said this is 8 minus 2 pi. I think it's 8 minus. I think it's 8 minus 4 pi.
Why do you think it's
To solve from here.
why do you think it's a 4?
Because it's pi r squared, and the radius would be 2 here. 2 squared is 4.
Sure.
It's 2 squared 4, yeah.
You're
Wait a minute. Yo, wait, no, scaring like that. I'll actually how you work. Wait, I think you got that wrong. I should probably tell him.
I think you got it wrong. I don't know. I didn't look at it too carefully.
Yeah, wait, you might want to check that. It's for this part right here. Don't mind my work.
So it's a semicircle too, right? So it's pi r squared over 2.
Yeah.
Alright, so did you put the over 2 when you did
Wait, pi r squared over 2.
semicircle? Pi r squared is just a full circle.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. And semicircle was over 2, quarter circle is over 4.
I just forgot it was a semicircle. I think that's fine.
Oh, I'm good. I'm still just not gonna do this question. Moving on. My test tomorrow.
Yo, actually, that's actually bad, guys.
My test is simply tomorrow. I know how to do it. I just don't want to.
Oh,
I'm lying.
you're lying?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. I'll just learn at home. This is a good example of a sequence of a series.
Yo.
So
That's terrible.
it's actually extremely easy. You just do common coefficients, and then you 1/4. This means it diverges.
I mean, it diverges.
So diverge means it will never get a definite value, while converge means it'll approach definite value.
Oh.
And then there's the harder ones that I'm not going to do. I'm going to say I understand this and move on to my life.
Is BC the equivalent of Calc 2?
It's easier actually.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Calc 3 is the easiest.
Calc 3?
Wait, no. I heard Calc 2 is the easiest.
Yeah, Calc 2 is easiest.
Yeah.
Actually, the only hard part about Calc 2 is sequences and series. If you understand sequences and series, you're
Pretty
fine.
much fine. No, I heard about there isn't there like an effort to like polar coordinates or something?
Oh, that's pretty calc.
It was something else. Yo, there was like, I remember like last year, there was like, yo, one of the effort pieces on this thing and it was terrible. And I was like, what? And he was like, it was like circles or something. I think it was polar coordinates.
That's pretty calc.
But like, isn't that even more advanced?
Yeah, Calc 3. I mean, polar coordinates,
Wait, I could swear
polar functions do show up. BC, but like, I don't know. We haven't gone there yet. They shouldn't be too hard though.
No, I heard it was really bad. That effort, like that specific effort to type.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it was.
But BC is pretty fun. It's really fun if you understand it,
Mm.
because everything clicks together unless it's series sequences. Because Mr. Yeda knows. Like, to be super honest, with you, Mr. Yeda said, "I'm not the best at teaching this, so I'm sorry in advance."
Yo, so yo.
So everything I understand is from studying myself.
But like, is it easy though?
No,
Oh.
not at all. Actually,
That's
not at all. Because there's like 10 different rules. Like, there's
I like teaching all this.
oh,
Oh.
he's not teaching the correlation between them. He's teaching us the individual.
Oh.
He's teaching us how to do it, not But like the issue is, if you're in VC, you want to understand why.
Yeah.
So
You don't understand the why.
yeah, because everybody in VC, except maybe like 3 people, don't care about math.
Oh.
But we all want to figure out, okay, why is this?
Yeah.
The issue is he doesn't know why it works.
Well, see, I think that's the problem is nobody in AB really cares about the why.
Yeah, and yeah, that's probably why he hates y'all. That's why he doesn't like y'all.
Yeah, because everyone's like just busy on like everyone just cares about doing it, but no one really cares about understanding. And so I think it frustrates him because nobody's like willing to learn.
Yeah, because he left our VC class sometimes.
Teachers,
Because
please release your students for
there's
being
like multiple different like there's P series, geometric, harmonic, telescope, alternative series test, limited comparison test, limit series test. There's a bunch of shit. But like figuring out how they all connect is the fun. I was waiting for him. I always do that.
Pretty well.
Yeah, we get to go home. Well, you get to go home. I could just walk out and call it a day and leave. But I have like,
No, wait, the office ladies? Don't they get on you?
they like me.
No, but they like me too, but I've seen them like really tear into people whenever they try to leave. They're like, where's your price?
Where's your pass away? Miss, you know me.
Are you actually serious?
I want to, so I don't.
True?
Yeah. She likes me. I know.
You got.
Oh, I'm friends with her daughter. Yeah. Good love. Oh, I used to be friends with her. I've known them. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, see ya. Good luck. Good luck in Calc, man. Then don't be a bum. You're still gonna be a bum, huh? Bro, lock it in. Lock in during spring break, you'll do great. That's what I did. Alright. See ya.
the other one first.
Yes.
In there.
They're pretty good at school.
What?
School day wasn't that bad. I talked more with Jacob.
Speak of who?
Jacob.
Rosnick?
Mm-hmm.
Why you talk to him?
Oh wait,